Hi, my name is Keston Oltman, and thank you for watching my demo reel.
The Northwest Missouri State Homecoming Parade made its return to normal this year after last year's parade was altered due to COVID-19. While the parade was held last year, it was greatly diminished, as it was held entirely within the Northwest campus, featured no high school bands, and lost many time-honored traditions such as floats and jalopies. This year, the parade returned to Maryville's 4th Street and brought back those traditions and competitions. Parade awards were given out November 1st. Alpha Sigma Alpha, Sigma Tau Gamma, and Sigma Kappa shared the jalopy first place prize. Alpha Sigma Alpha and Sigma Phi Epsilon shared first place for floats. Sigma 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 won the paper mache heads competition, and Sigma Kappa won the dancing clowns competition. Alpha Sigma Alpha was also the overall parade winner. The Northwest Missouri State University Police Department held their annual Cocoa with the Popo event Wednesday in the Student Union. The event was free for all to stop by, grab some cocoa, and learn a little bit more about being prepared for winter. Lieutenant Anthony Williams discussed the focus of the event.
Sure, we just want to make sure students are good, make sure their car, especially when they're going home, just give them the basics so they know the basics of what it is to upkeep their car and make sure they're good on the road.
With winter rapidly approaching, Williams discussed some of the basics for being prepared for winter weather.
Yeah, one is just, like I said, car maintenance, just making sure your car is prepared, whether it's your tires, your fluids, make sure your battery's good. And if you do get stranded, just making sure, whether you have AAA, what your insurance covers, make sure you have, a safety, blanket, safety kit in your car. Like I said, just being prepared, just make sure we have those emergency numbers, phones, and everything charged.
The University Police Force gave out first aid kits and ice scrapers along with the cocoa to give the students a start on preparing for driving this winter. At the event, the University Police Force talked about the Crisis Manager app, and Williams explained why students should have it downloaded this winter.
Yeah, the Crisis Management Act covers everything, pretty much any crisis that's on campus. Not just, your typical fire drill, fire alarm, but it also covers, a hostile intruder, and all those bases. Kind of just gives you the steps and information. It's not just for students, but parents and everything can download that and just kind of have our emergency plans.
This winter, make sure you have a plan to stay safe while driving. This is Keston Oltman, Northwest Student Media.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News for the stories that matter to you. I'm Keston Oltman. This week on Channel 8 News, we'll be looking at a dance show recital, an upcoming theater performance, and more. We start out with a newer radio show on KXCV that talks about all things related to Bearcat football. In the Trenches is hosted by John Coffey and Coach Rich Wright, who invite a number of guests to talk about the previous game as well as get a little personal. Courtney Rowe was able to sit down with the co-hosts and learn a little bit more about the origins of the show. Thanks, Courtney. The Northwest Dance Company is a student-run organization that performs 2 shows a year during the fall and spring semesters for the Northwest community. Last Friday, the Northwest Dance Company held their fall recital, which included a wide variety of dance styles and participation from the audience. April Moltok has more on this event.
The holiday season is quickly approaching, and while many of us will be spending time with our family in the warm comfort of our homes, the animals at the New Nottoway Humane Society won't be so lucky. While they will be warm, many of these animals don't know the love of a family. The holiday season is all about giving, and what would be better than giving one of these animals a forever home? The New Nottoway Humane Society makes it easy to adopt your new best friend while making sure you'll be a good fit as a pet owner, and shelter manager Wendy Combs took me through the process of adopting an animal.
You fill out an application. If you have landlords, we do call them. Don't put a fake landlord down. We'll end up finding out the truth. If you own, that's great. We do some vet references. Go through the process of the application. If you meet the criteria, we think you'd be a good pet parent, then you would be able to adopt, pay for the animal, fill out a bunch of paperwork like when you buy a house or a car.
The adoption process can start in many ways. Many adoptions come from animals being seen online, but adoptees are more than welcome to come into the shelter and look around. If you see an animal you want to adopt, don't wait. People will drive long distances to pick up their new pet.
We've had adoptions all the way from Florida. I have a guy coming Wednesday, tomorrow, from Colorado. It's crazy. People see an animal on Pet Tango and they're like, I want that dog or I want that cat. So it's nice.
Even if you can't adopt an animal, there are many different ways you can help these furry friends, including volunteering with the shelter. To volunteer, you will take a 30-minute class and obtain a volunteer pass that allows you to walk dogs, play with cats, as well as help out any way you can around the shelter. With many volunteers heading home for winter break, volunteer Noah Iwig wants to make sure the animals are still cared for over winter.
Come spend time with them. I know not everyone is fortunate enough to adopt and whatnot, so just come spend time with the animals, get them out of their cages, even if it's for 20 minutes. That 20 minutes means a lot to them.
The most popular activity for volunteers is walking the dogs, as the shelter has a large field out back with a mowed path to make it easy to walk the dogs, as well as fenced-in areas filled with toys to make it easy to play with those dogs as well. Volunteers can also spend time in the cat room, hanging out with them, giving them treats, and feeding them if need be. If you can't volunteer, the next best thing you can do for these animals is to donate. The Humane Society needs donations of all kinds, including pet beds, treats, leashes, and scratching posts. Combs also mentions some items that people don't normally think of when donating to a Humane Society.
Paper towels, pine saw, scoopable cat litter. I mean, just stuff, dish soap. We just actually ran out of dish soap and had to actually buy some because people had donated so much. We didn't need to buy it, but we had to go to the store and buy some dish soap today. So any of those like supplies, bleach, so anything like that.
The Humane Society is hosting a Home for the Holidays discount this December, where all adoptions will be half price. These adoption fees include spay and neuter, vaccination, and microchip charges. If you've been thinking about getting a pet, don't hesitate. Head to the new Nottoway Humane Society to pick up your furry friend today. This is Keston Oltman, Northwest Student Media.